Hey folks, welcome back to the next episode of Scale Model Restoration. Here we're going to turn a 71-3 Mustang fastback into a coupe grande using the 72 Mercury Cougar. So I'm going to graft the roof from this one onto the Mustang. So I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to mark everything. I got all the tools out here already. Just a little bit of getting set up. We'll just progress as we can, and I'll try to do it live. I may fast forward some things, to break down the monotonous, to sit here and watch and watch and watch. I'll try to speed it up so you can actually see it there. So bear with me. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just a few seconds. Okay, we're back. Pardon me because I have a cold, a sinus infection, and all that stuff going on, so I probably don't sound like myself, and I'll probably be coughing and may sneeze a couple times, but just bear with me. We'll get through it, hopefully. Okay, first up is I need to do some marking, what I need to remove. So with that being on the Mustang, we're going to remove both A-pillars. Those are marked. You leave them just a little bit long so you can file it down. We know this part's coming out, so put a little on there. Go around to this side, do the same thing. Just so we know that's coming off with the roof when it comes out. Once we get the final cuts done and everything. Next thing is, I'm going to go ahead and use my dial caliper. I don't use it to read the caliper, but I use it to make sure everything is set up so my cuts are pretty close to where they need to be. So we need to measure, or at least get an approximate size here. Otherwise I have to sit there and count how many times that goes around. I may get a digital one though. That would probably help. Okay, we're going with the body line, which is this one right here. So we'll go ahead and use that as a guide. Now I'm eyeballing it because I've done a few of these, and the only reason I'm doing it again is because before I went into my surgery in July, I kind of did one pretty quick and I kind of got it crooked, so I want to make sure I got it right this time, So we got that set up. Let's bring this over. Let's see how we're going to look here. And my cuts are going to be, right off the get-go, it's going to be, looks like I can remove the tops here, both sides. So I'm going to make this one a little long, come down, and we'll follow this upper body line going that way. Same thing here. Go out a ways, go down, and we'll follow this body line. So that's what we'll take out of it. How does that look? There we go. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark this one. We need to cut it down. And we'll take this line off. Go across to this side, go down, and we'll run that way with it. So there's that. That's the first step anyway. Next step is we need to eyeball where everything's going to sit, which is probably the easiest way to do it. This back part here, I'll probably have to put these in with putty, and I'll use probably a round plastic tubing or a rod, and we'll make our contours with it. But just by eyeballing it, A-pillar to A-pillar, looks like I'll be able to cut it just before the trunk lid goes down, where the emblems and stuff are in the trunk lock. But this first curve, the bend over, the first fold, I guess you could call it, So I'll cut it right there. So we'll go ahead and mark it here in case I get too busy and then, you know, I forget about it. It helps to mark stuff. It really does. I try to create, you know, habit and forms, you know, stuff like that, just so I can get it done. There's that. Now, a little rubbing alcohol, and you'll be able to take the marker off, or I'm not going to wax it because, like I said, there's going to be body work here and paint, you know, primer and paint, so that'll make it lift. So I'm going to leave it the way it is for now. Not a big deal. So let me get started here, and we'll come back. Okay, we're back. We're ready to get started. One thing I need to emphasize is when you're using power tools and whatnot, it's always good to have your safety glasses on. Now, I wear glasses, but I can no longer read with them on. I have to take them off. So this actually works out a little better for me. So I can put my safety glasses on, and then I don't have to worry about anything getting in my eyes, and I can actually see what I'm doing, watch my cuts. Most important, watch where you're cutting, look ahead, and then go from there. And I forgot to plug my Dremel in, so give me a few shakes and we'll be right back.